first time I ever noticed the building at Solid Green on James Island, I was coaching middle school basketball. I'd go down Solid Green and pick these guys up to go to practice. I'd pass that building every single day, and it was just a beat-down building. There's plenty of them in every rural community in America. Then I picked up on the historical significance of where this was actually the community center for the Solid Green farmers. It's never used anymore. It's sitting there empty. I've got a special ability for being able to revive old properties and breathe new life into them. This is real important to me because, you know, I'm from James Island, and this isn't something you read in a magazine on a flight going on to your next project. This is in my backyard. So we're gonna see if we can get everybody inspired to put this thing back together. So my children and their children and their children can go out to that 100 years from now and say it was about to be blown down, and a group felt it was important to pass on the history, and they redid it, and fortunately, we can still tell that story. Finally gonna meet with Corie and Vance, get an update, then find out exactly what's going on with this thing. All right, so what we got?
It's been approved. We've got the plaque. I mean, we've been in historic register. That's done. That's the most time-consuming part.
I don't think most people realize how historic that place is.
Or know the story.
Well, a lot of people don't even know it's there.
Country, you know?
We got a grant for $50,000.
Well, just to get started.
Who did we get that from?
James Island?
James Island, the town of James Island
really?
came through.
Good job.
But now we just got to get a little more cash together.
For what?
We've got enough to get it started, but now we're going to get that contractor working.
I love to hear that because I was scared to death the M word was going to pop out your mouth. We're having another meeting.
No. The only thing is getting this foundation system. So that's why we're going to have to lift the building up, put the foundation, and then put it back down, rebuild the walls.
Who's going to lift it up?
The people.
We're gonna, you know how you put, what you do is you put these big giant, no, everybody.
Hold it for 3 days.
No, this, it's
the guy who agreed to lift this one up and really believes he can set it right back down and still be in one piece. I'm all about pulling off the impossible.
No, it can be done, but we need a fundraiser so that we get some cash coming in. Are we gonna go? You want
Let's go look at it. Yeah, let's just ride by.
All right.
Let's roll. I coach basketball over here, and two of the kids on my team live right up this way. And a couple years ago, when we first started this project, I brought a kid by. I was curious. He grew up here, been here, born and raised his whole life, if he even knew what his lodge was about. He told me it was a beat-down building.
When we first started working on Solid Green, one of the main reasons that we wanted to do it was to get the kids involved in this neighborhood that didn't understand the history that the older generation understood, and that's one thing that a bunch of the older guys from around here were really excited about. Wow, it looks decrepit. Listen to that stuff rattle around.
Holy cow.
This guy thinks he's going to lift this thing up.
This is
set it right
not,
back down?
yeah, that's going to be.
Well, no, you see, I mean,
Have
that's
we
the big
talked
part.
to anyone that lifts up houses for a living that's physically seen this one?
Yes, the contractor has lifted houses before. I'm gonna show you how nice it looks inside. Come on, let's go in.
Guys, y'all be careful.
I think that door's holding this thing up. I hope this thing doesn't fall in while we walk in. This place is one more 50-mile-an-hour wind away from just being a pile of splinters.
This place is just full of history. The first time that the African-American troops had come against the Southern Fire was right here and just right next to this building.
Holy cow.
Wow, it looks decrepit.
I'm gonna show you how nice it looks inside. Come on, let's go in.
Guys, y'all be careful.
I think that door's holding this thing up. I hope this thing doesn't fall in while we walk in. I mean, this place is one more 50-mile-an-hour wind away from just being a pile of splinters.
Is this going to be the height of the ceiling?
The people back in the days, they weren't there tall bunch.
Do you guys feel big?
Abraham Lincoln was really tall.
He's gonna put I-beams in here, lift it up,
Right.
rebuild it. He could easily add a foot or two.
I hate to spend all that money on construction and then have people walking around in
Dragging
there.
their head up. That's where I almost fell through the floor right there.
Can we take this being outside? I'm worried this thing's gonna fall in. I'd rather have to pick it up off the ground than pick you up. 2 years ago, we had the kickoff meeting to talk about doing this, and my anticipation was a week later we would be started. Ginger and I have had to deal with the frustration of bureaucracy of taking on a historic project. I mean, a bunch of bureaucrats slowed down my team. And I said, guys, I'm not coming back to you ready to pull the hammers out.
What do y'all think about doing a fundraiser?
I think it's the only thing to do. I think that's the way
We could set up a stage and
yeah, just set it up right there on the stage.
in a tent.
People need to be sick to their stomach that somebody's allowed this to happen. This thing can fall in at any moment. We got to get this thing done 2 weeks from this Sunday.
Richard.
I've given you less notice. You pull off amazing, Corie. Don't cut yourself short. You can do this.
Yeah.
I know.
It'll be awesome.
Hands in. Call me when the meeting's over. 1, 2, 3. No meetings. Yeah. If we don't preserve this thing for the next generation, we're gonna have a lot of people talking about what they woulda, shoulda, coulda done. But when you redo this, it's gonna inspire people and make them realize, you know, this is a cornerstone of the community.
Richard thinks that I can throw together a fundraiser in 9 days. So Vance and I are trying to figure out exactly how we are going to throw this party for free. We're supposed to meet with John Keener over at the Crab House. Hopefully we'll walk away with some free seafood.
Hey.
Good to see you, baby.
Good to see you.
What's happening, Bubba? So what's up?
Are you familiar with the old Seashore Farmers Lodge out at Solar Green?
Yeah, the old beat-up house?
Yeah, Vance and I have been working very diligently with the community trying to get it renovated.
So what do we want to do out there?
We want to host a fundraiser.
Let me guess. It's waterfront property. You want to do an oyster roast.
Yes, exactly.
Well, let's just talk about how many people we're going to get, and we'll figure it out from there.
We're looking at maybe 200 people.
200
It'd be
people?
great if we can get 250, but about 200.
Right. Are you looking for somebody to supply the oysters and cook the oysters and get that done?
In a perfect world, that's what we would
Yes.
like.
Then that's what I'll do.
You will?
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
I mean, that's what I
Man,
do for a
that's
living.
Getting involved with Team Trademark, that's always an easy decision for me. It involves doing something for a charity, it involves raising money. Everybody's going to love it.
And we got oyster knives, we got towels and all that here, so all that's taken care of. We got the tables here.
You got tables.
We got tables, we got the covers, we got the whole deal.
I appreciate it. This is good as heck. Let's get
We went in there just hoping he would give us a couple crab legs, and we walked out with him volunteering to do the entire oyster roast. That's huge. Next, we have a meeting with the general manager of the Kickin' Chicken in James Island, because what goes better with oysters than chicken? Hey, are you Cole?
Yep. Hey, Cole, how's it going? How you doing? We're trying to resurrect the Farmers Lodge, get it back to the way it was, and we're trying to get every bit of help we can.
Community takes care of us. We'd like to give back when we can. We've actually gone on site and done stuff just like this plenty of times. I got some burgers and some hot dogs coming out to you guys.
Okay.
And probably some help also.
Oh, good.
We definitely want to take care of you guys.
We appreciate it.
That was good.
That was great. You know what? We've got a lot of mouths to feed, and we've got a lot more to put on the plate now. We still got a mountain to go up. We're about halfway there.
We've got a little over a week to plan a party that it usually takes 4 months to plan. I'll just chew a fingernail off. We'll be just fine.
Man, that thing's throwing some heat out now.
Yeah.
It's the morning of the fundraiser. We've got about 7 hours to go. Got the old hog going, and it already looks good. Oh, look at that.
We've already had people stopping by, locals, and saying, hey, what's going on out here? Y'all getting ready to have a party? I said, oh, yeah, come on back in a few hours.
Man, this is good.
Oh, fair.
Oh.
Those were the days back then, man. Everybody could actually talk to each other, could actually tell each other right from wrong. My mother could have talked to someone else's child. It wasn't a situation where, you were raised up by just your family. Anybody could have actually encouraged you in life, and that's what Solar Green was all about back then.
Was this like the greatest days when you were a little kid to get together with your buddies?
And yeah, and this is about every weekend we had movies or something going on here, so this was definitely a monument here on Solar Green.
Well, I can't wait for Friday and Saturday nights. Y'all can have socials again here.
Yeah, man. I mean, to restore that now would just be something great for the community. I wouldn't want to live any place else. Solid Green has been a home for me, and I love it. I love it. I wouldn't leave it until God carried me home.
I can't wait to see how much money we raised.
I know, this will be awesome. This is it. We're heading over to Solid Green, and to let this historic lodge just fall down is idiotic. I mean, everything that you see in downtown Charleston is about preservation. These houses look exactly like they did when they were built a couple hundred years ago. And the thing about history is it doesn't do you any good if you don't pass it on.
It's really, really early. And as always, I came prepared with balloons.
Gotta go that way about 2 foot to get it centered.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect.
Corie, I need to get my crew working right here. You
Okay.
tell me, Vance, y'all tell me, where do you want it set
Vance has a placement.
The tent is going to be sitting right here, all the way almost out to the road.
up? It's going to be a beautiful day. Why do we even need a tent? Let's do it out in the sunshine and do it. That way it'd be warmer, the heat. It'd be nice out there. Just line the tables up and cook them.
Watch, we'll put a couple of things down, a little wind stoppage. There'll be some people.
All right. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get the truck unloaded and just line those tables out right here and get the bags of oysters and get them taken off. And we'll wait for the tent to get here to see where Vance is going to set the tent up. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I figured we could put the back just as far this way as we can put it.
They coming to renovate the tent, or they coming to renovate the lodge?
Oh my gosh, what do you mean?
How tall is it going to be?
It's 20 feet in the middle.
The whole point of having it out here is so people could see the lodge. Richard's going to get so mad when he gets here.
Whatever. Well, he's going to have to live with it, and so are you.
The whole point of the fundraiser and having the fundraiser on site is so that all the guests could see the ruins of the building and thus maybe want to give money.
Time out. Why don't we take it and why don't we move the tent all the way out here to the road, and that way it doesn't block, sort of neutralizes that a little bit.
We're not going to bellyache, okay?
Nobody's bellyaching.
Nobody's bellyaching.
I know, but it's going up. It's up. It's up.
All right,
You're in charge.
It's going to be...
I'm in charge. It was, okay, Vance, do it. Vance, do it, and Vance makes a decision, and we got bellyachers. I don't like bellyaching. The tent's going up.
I'm against the tent.
It's a going up. The tent's going up. The tent's going up.
Let me call Richard. I've got to get him on this deal right here.
Hey,
Vance is being hard-headed. They're putting a tent up right in front of the house. Corie and I are sitting there telling him to take it down, and he won't listen to either one of us. What do you think?
Tell him to move it. Tell him to move it. You're not going to see the building with the tent in the way.
Why don't you call Vance right now and say, Vance, I know where that tent's...
We'll be there shortly. See what you can do. All right.
Vance!
Vance ordered a tent, and it's cover the entire lodge.
Let me call Richard. I've got to get him on this deal right here.
Richard's gonna have a small cow.
What do you think?
tell them to move it. You're not going to be able to see the building with the tent in the way.
All right. Vance! Richard says to move it out towards the road like we said all along.
All right,
and then we'll do it the right way.
You know, we want to be able to see the front of the lodge. The tent is just humongous. Right. So if we could just not put on this 20-foot section right here, and let's do the 40 by 40.
Just stop the end
and
of it right here.
stop it right here.
Definitely.
All right.
We'll knock it out.
All right. Thanks again. I appreciate it. Okay. There's a happy median, and they're going to get less tent, so less belly aching.
Going well.
Good.
You know, I'm from James Island, and you know, this is a real rural community where I grew up, and we don't want to be remiss and leave something half-assed in our backyard. This is something that I think it'll get everybody fired up and inspired.
Hey, Vance.
How's it going?
Good. Trademark always has community projects going on, and I think this one is just really special because Richard actually coached a lot of kids from this neighborhood, so I think he's particularly excited about this project.
We are up to $140. $140, right?
Right.
Woohoo!
Our Heavenly Father, we ask a special blessing upon the food Bless those that had a hand in the preparation of it. These and all other blessings we ask it in your son Jesus' name. Amen.
We are the Plainfield Project. Kick back and do what you do. All over the news, a guy got killed.
This is our backyard, so to be able to do something to make a difference, it's just unbelievable. I mean, that building is a piece of history, and this isn't about making a dollar. This is about making a difference in your community.
This event, I think, is going to bring people together, and not only Solid Green people, but people on James Island community and the outlying area.
You remember my brother Chris Davis?
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah,
Mr. Wilder, 8th grade, your 8th grade teacher. Remember that?
8th grade was about my last good year in school.
I went on to Clemson and got a finance degree, so math was always my best side of the SAT, all because of you.
Thank you for coming. Cubby said you'd be coming. That's very nice.
Say hello, Grandma. Tell them when you were born.
12th of June, 1907.
Does it kind of remind you how it used to be back in the day?
Uh-oh.
I like it.
She ready to dance.
This lady remembers when the lodge had its heydays. I guess she's excited for us to be here.
Me and John almost come to blows about the day.
Who won out on that?
We compromised. We went 50-50.
You moved it up a little bit?
We think we've got probably $2,000. Good job.
I just want to say, give yourself a cheer. Yeah! Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Richard.
Oh, thank you.
My mother was a member of this lodge from a little girl. She always would ask when we're going to start the renovation of the lodge hall. If she was living today, it would be a blessing for her.
And we're going to get a little something here from Ernest. He's going to give us a little something from the old times. Ernest Parks, 54th Mast. Woo!
I want to tell about the history of Solid Green and how we got here. Listen up. I remember it was a bitter cold winter. The call of arms. America decided she was going to let the Negro get on to fight to help preserve this union.
Now to see that we're on the verge of renovating this thing makes me extremely proud because of the connection that it had with the Civil War.
And this man tried to trap us by coming in on Solid Green Island and cutting us off. Well, he was about to see something he never saw before. Blacks and blue. Standing strong, strong on Solid Green. I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ernest.
That's unbelievable.
Go, Ernest.
That is unbelievable.
Thank y'all for coming out, y'all guys.
I didn't think they could do it, but they did it.
Now we all get to come out here. I've talked to a lot of people out here today that are very interested in coming out on the weekends or in their spare time to help.
No. I just want to tell you, y'all did a great job.
I could not have asked for a better event than today. I'm estimating that we're bringing in about $4,500. I couldn't be happier.
Everybody! 1, 2, 3, teamwork!
All right!
Now the kids would be able to say, hey, we got a place where I grew up in and my granddaddy did this, and let people know about Solid Green, James Island, Charleston, South Carolina.
You ought to be proud.
Oh, we're just amazed. We're so used to doing all the work, and you actually helped. It's just, if you like what you're doing and you're able to make a difference, then you've achieved something. You got the neighborhood talking, you got everyone in Charleston talking, the local media's out here. Some people go, oh, wow, did y'all make a lot of money? No, we made a difference. And oh, by the way, when you make a difference, then money has a tendency to show up. Go out there, go out there and volunteer. Do something in your neighborhood.